If you're booking a corporate date, you can't go wrong with Steve Mittleman.
You can count on Steve Mittleman to make you laugh. Of course, I've been drinking.
Author, comedian, and speaker Steve Mittleman entertains, informs, and livens up any event. He's been seen on The Tonight Shows with both Jay Leno and Johnny Carson, David Letterman, 2020, ABC News, Larry King Live, as well as international TV appearances and numerous corporate events. Most recently, ABC chose Steve as their marquee comedian for their hit show, Extreme Makeover.
Well, it is really great to be here. And by the way, Steve will be out in a minute. I'm not used to this yet. I feel like I'm on a blind date with myself. I finally realized that ABC stands for a bigger chin. Yesterday, when I was grooming myself, I thought I was shaving someone else's face.
Steve Mittleman, that's funny. Funny guy. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back if you can and welcome a very hip guy, Steve Mittleman.
Oh, babe!
I was 6 feet tall and 6 inches wide. I was wearing my first suit, which I outgrew during the ceremony. Oh my God! Gorilla, how do you like that? You get that time in there for a second. So the rabbi speaks to me. First of all, rabbis, that generation of rabbis, they all sounded like Dracula. And they would all turn their heads while they were speaking. They tilt their heads. Today, Stephen, is a very special day. It is a day in your life. It is a day of days, made up of hours, and minutes of minutes, and seconds of seconds. It's a day before today, which will be 2 days before today. I enjoy the day, but I love the night. I said, hey, Rabbi, can I cash my bar mitzvah today? They should be maturing by the end of your speech.
Steve, you headlined a great night of fabulous comedy at our temple, at our synagogue, and you brought the house down. You were fantastic.
So I've been doing these cruise ships. Man, I'm lucky if I, by the end of the week, could fit into my socks. You know, they found out that Jews were the only survivors in the Titanic. They found them clinging on to the midnight buffet table. It was 12:01 and they were famished. Could have sounded more like Jack Benny, and they were famished. I come from a middle-class Jewish family, went to Hebrew school, a very strict Hebrew school. We had nuns. Our Lady of the Finkelsteins. For confession, we'd say 5 Hill Sylvias. We used to sing Oy vey, Maria. I was an altar cocker boy.
And he was really phenomenal. An incredibly hilarious comic. Someone who I would definitely recommend. A true mensch, and performing for an Orthodox synagogue, it was phenomenal.
You ever notice how Jews sometimes have no names with no vowels whatsoever? Sometimes you hear Jewish names like my mother goes, you know the family. How do you spell that? C-H-C-H-C-H? Should buy yourself a Valorant.
Let Steve supply the right comic relief for your next function. You'll be glad you did. Steve has been endorsed by the giants in the entertainment industry, including the hosts of The Tonight Show, Steve Allen, Johnny Carson, Jay Leno.
The other one is, what 9 words describe every Jewish holiday? They tried to kill us, we won, let's eat. We either eat or starve, right? Yom Kippur, 10 a.m., Yom Kippur, I got such a headache. 10:02, it's sunset, right? It's cloudy, I see it through the stained glass.
Steve Mittleman came from LA all the way to upstate New York, and he blew us away.
Stained glass. It's such a headache. Is flanking okay? You know, you're really best friends with somebody when you confide that you ate during Yom Kippur. Well, if somebody put something in front of me, and I sniffed it, and it smelled great, I would chew it into a liquid.
Steve Mittleman, good, clean fun.
I'm 6'4", I got my height from my parents. Mom's 3'2", dad's 3'2". When I visited them, I think I'm like gullible. I walk in, I say hello, and they tie me up and throw food on me. My mother's the worst cook too. She made Jello once. I found a bone. They're in Century Village in Deerfield Beach. You guys can't relate to any of that. It's a wild place, Century Village. Deerfield, the early bird special in Deerfield is at noon.
At our wedding, and Steve Mittleman, what a phenomenal performance. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. The crowd was just roaring, everybody loved it.
You know this really tough Jew Goldberg, you know who that is? He's a Jewish professional wrestler. And I'm 6'4", this guy's 6'8", like 300 pounds. Jews were not made to wrestle. What kind of hold is like the full Murray? We'll tie you up in court. When I was a kid, I said, I didn't fight. Even the Hasidic kids used to beat me up and take my milk money. Then I wised up and I put my milk money with my meat money.
Steve did a marvelous job at my daughter's bat mitzvah tonight. His humor in this crowd, and it was a tough crowd, was remarkable, and he brought it together and really added a special nature to this bat mitzvah. And while the young kids were in another room going deaf with the music, he was bringing charm and delight to the crowd. Thank you.
So, what was the highlight of your trip so far?
You.
My parents are here. Well, thank you very much. It's very sweet.
You never saw people have such a good time. It'll do your heart good to see him in person. It costs money. I can't help it.
But Mitty, come on. What more do you need to know?
Does my hand smell funny?
To book Steve, please contact the representative who sent you this tape.